A very good morning from a very mild and slightly breezy Montrose. We are talking about very mild temperatures indeed, and of course, if you were just to go by the current setup, you would be ruling out any sort of cold or indeed snowy Christmas. But that is not going to be the case, folks, unless something very, very dramatic changes. It looks as if we have got a very interesting run up to Christmas indeed, and a big transition, a big shift in the weather patterns overall. But thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. We're about a week and a half away from Christmas. It's the 15th of December. We are talking about a mild UK this morning. Temperatures as warm as 11 Celsius at Altnahara. We are talking about temperatures even milder down across the south, but very, very few places, if any, including well, unless you go above 3,000 feet, you're not talking about anything sub-freezing this morning. Even temperatures down in the 12, possibly one or two 13s. I can only see 12 here in the chart. But certainly, a mild is the story this morning. And that is because of southwesterly winds over the last couple of days, dragging in air from a long way south, of course. But what have we in store for you in the next 10 days or so? Exactly 10 days from now will be Christmas Day. And what exactly are we going to be talking about in terms of the weather? As of this moment, my hunch is that we will be talking about a fairly widespread frost, possibly dense fog patches during the day on Christmas. That is where I'm going to at the moment when it comes to what the weather pattern is likely to do. We're likely to be under high pressure, and we're likely to be in a fairly chilly air mass because that area of high pressure is going to continue to cool as we go forward. Now, at this very moment, we're starting to see that high build gradually northwards over the next 5 days or so. What that's going to do is we're going to lose that connection with air from the southwest, so we're going to start to lose the mild source in which we're talking about these mild temperatures at the moment. And once that area of high pressure establishes, it's going to start to kind of wobble around, but over the British Isles. It's going to be anchored over the UK airspace. And what we're going to eventually do is we're going to start to see the pattern become fairly stuck. The dew points is going to drop below freezing, and therefore we're going to potentially start to lose some of the cloud cover. And with clear skies and sunshine by day, temperatures are going to struggle. By nighttime, we are going to see frost developing, fog developing, and I think as we go forward, what we're going to find is the days become somewhat colder. Frost doesn't dissipate even during the daytime. Fog lingers during the day, so we could be talking about sub-freezing temperatures where the fog lingers throughout the day. And nights become gradually colder, I think, as we go forward. Now, nights with fog don't cool as much as nights under clear skies. We see the temperature coming down further. But under that, those foggy conditions, the temperature tends to hold around the freezing mark during the night, maybe slightly below that. So I think that's where we're going. Precipitation. We need precipitation in order for it to snow. And it looks as if at this moment in time, the chances for snowfall or even snow on the ground around Christmas Day is minimal at this moment in time, unless there's still a long way to go, of course. But we could start to see that wind coming in from the east or northeast. That would possibly bring in the much needed moisture to produce snowfall. But I think we've got a very high chance now of seeing a cold Christmas Day. If we're not going to get a snowy Christmas, why not get a frosty Christmas? That, to me, that's the second best thing. So anyway, GFS, one model run. Of course, there is alterations, but let's have a look at the latest GFS model run and see exactly what we're going to be talking about here. So the area of high pressure over the next few days starts to build north. We've still got weather systems clipping the northwest of Scotland, so we're going to see wind and outbreaks of rain here for a time, but that very quickly gets shifted well off to the north. Area of high pressure becomes well established over the UK, even cranking to 1041 millibars here, so a strong area of high pressure caps the atmosphere off. Any weather nowhere near the UK because of that block. Now, as we go forward here, this is through the upcoming weekend, we're seeing colder conditions over the northeastern portion of Europe. That will start to gradually kind of push its way south and westwards here. All the while, you notice over the Atlantic, nothing is getting anywhere near the UK. But watch this. Now, this is as of Sunday. We get a secondary centre of high pressure develops to the north of the UK. And what that's going to do is we're going to start to see the core of the strongest pressure, i.e. the centre of high pressure, start to kind of focus itself more between Iceland and Norway. Now, what that suggests to me is that we'll start to see pressure drop over the southern half of the UK, and the building cold is gathering over Europe. And of course, this is exactly what I've been talking about here, is the fact that we've got the players on the field. It's a question of where those players then move to is going to be key as to what type of exact weather pattern we see on Christmas Eve, into Christmas Day, and even into Boxing Day. Now, I think our snow chances increase beyond Christmas Day quite substantially, and I'll show you just why in a second here. But as we skip through, this is coming into the most crucial part. Of course, this is the final days towards Christmas. Still high pressure trying to hold on to the UK atmosphere here. We could be edging towards a northeasterly airflow, maybe briefly, then pressure comes back up again, so we'll lose that easterly connection. All the while, what we're going to start to see is the colder air trying to push its way towards the UK. Now, at this stage, even with high pressure in control, that's a cold air mass in place here. It's whether we can get wind to transport cold air from Europe into the UK. That is going to be the question. But certainly, no matter what way you look at it, it's going to be a cold air mass in place Christmas Eve into Christmas Day here. And that is at least, like I say, that's the next best thing to a white Christmas, if you ask me anyway. That's my opinion. And then as we go forward here, this is Christmas Eve. Almost a fight here. The UK stuck in between Atlantic weather systems coming in from the west, cold air coming in from the east. And yeah, that could actually argue the point that we could see a white Christmas in places. If you get enough moisture just edging into that cold air enough, we could start to see some very interesting things. So this is Saturday 25th, Christmas Day, and the Atlantic is mighty close to the UK. All the while, the area of high pressure centred to the north of the UK is transporting air in from the east. So this current model run is indicating that we are seeing easterly winds coming into the UK, while we've got an area of low pressure, lo and behold, just off the Irish coastline here. So that is a very, very interesting scenario for Christmas Day here, folks. And if you look at the 850 millibar temperatures, I'll show you the snow chart in just a second here, if I can get the right chart, that is. This is where we're going here. So air mass at 5,000 feet, fairly mild over the next several days here, as you can see. But like I say, the dew points are coming down, the temperature at the surface is coming down. All the while, we're still got milder mid and upper levels. But then eventually what happens is, once we start to see the area of high pressure lifting to the north, now notice here the very cold air, Eastern Europe here, even up into Scandinavia, once that area of high pressure starts to kind of poke its nose up north, then that opens a bit of a door, at least opens the door slightly, doesn't fully open it, but it opens it slightly to allow some of that cold Canadian, or should I say Canadian, Siberian air into the UK here. So this is Tuesday the 21st, and you can see the colder air edging its way into the UK. Then it kind of slightly backs off. High pressure starts to kind of re-establish itself once again. But look at that there. Look at how bitterly cold the air mass is over Scandinavia, Russia, Central Europe here. This is Christmas Day, and we're right on that boundary between the milder air of the Atlantic with moisture. But to be honest with you, folks, we're in the cold air. And all it takes is for a little bit of moisture to get involved in the pattern, especially when you've got easterly winds. We might even see sea effect snow. That's a very cold air crossing relatively warm North Sea waters, picks up moisture, and then brings it on shore as snowfall here. So a lot of exciting things to come. I've said this now for some time that this has got the potential to be very significant indeed. And folks, we still could go to the extreme. We could still go to the extreme. Remember 1995, minus 27 at Altnahara, minus 20 in Glasgow, well below freezing all across the board. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think there is the potential with this type of pattern for us to get some extreme cold spell at the end of December here. Look at this. Look at these 850 millibar temperatures down, what, minus 10, minus 15? This is Boxing Day. And we've got an easterly wind. We've got bitterly cold air in place. That certainly would be significant. There's no doubt about that. And it's an exciting weather pattern, that's for sure, as well. Let's look at the snowfall here. So, nothing really over the UK in the next several days here. Notice how the snow retreats over Europe, actually. It backs off because of the milder air that we've got in place at the moment. Europe's pretty mild, actually. And we're going to see milder air eat away at that snow over Eastern Europe. Then it comes back in again as we go forward here. Let's take the week running up to Christmas here. So this is Monday the 20th next week. And you can see here that the snow starts to come back towards the UK once again as that colder air comes in. Then you notice here, this is Sunday, 26th, Boxing Day. Notice that the UK is starting to see snowfall here with easterly winds coming in. It would be probably the UK, the eastern parts of the UK that would actually be focused on the snowfall here. But that is very, very interesting, very exciting things to come. I'm going to hone in the coming days here. I'm going to look more specifically at the UK in terms of the snow prospects. How cold could we be talking Christmas Day, say Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day? These are all things I'm going to pinpoint, and probably by the weekend I'm going to come up with a Christmas forecast, an official Christmas forecast, and it could be, I think, the best chance of seeing possibly a white Christmas since 2010 here. Looking at the dew points here, so this is what I'm talking about in terms of the air mass. Even though being milder above, it can be very cold underneath at the surface here. So milder at the moment over the UK. This is dew points, by the way. So this is the moisture level in the atmosphere as well. And you notice here it goes below freezing as we push through the weekend and on into next week. The dew points coming down, therefore we'll start to see the increase in terms of daytime and nighttime temperatures coming down as well here. So generally speaking, it looks rather interesting indeed. Finally, CFSV2 here. Now, the model is just updated here, and it doesn't have the 2 meter temperature anomaly here, but I'm going to give you the rough idea in terms of what the model is seeing at 500 millibars, and this is the weak mean height pressure field here. So look at this. Very strong area of high pressure, focused over the UK, edging towards Iceland, the Norwegian Sea, upcoming 7 days. Then the following 7-day period is rather interesting indeed. This is the 21st through the 20th of December. High pressure to the northwest of the UK. Look at that trough over Europe. Bitterly cold air. And it looks highly likely, I'm 99% sure that that cold air will reach the UK and Ireland by the time we reach Christmas indeed here. And then even the following week, so this is taking us out to the 20th through the 4th of January. Looks like a cold New Year as well. Could be a snowy New Year as well. So, yeah, I'm very, very, very happy indeed with how this winter forecast is going so far. So keep it right here. Please indeed share, like, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm approaching 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So please share the videos and spread the word. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.